One of the twins is saying to the other ones something along the lines of, yeah, I heard it. Because my friend said that their friend said that their cousin said that weird girl Marcy, that her boyfriend Miles had seen a dead body over at the gorge.
For a second there, just rolling into the character. Like
you started zoning out?
I started zoning out. Like, I was like, immediately like, oh, why would Dustin give a shit about it? Like, I don't care about who's boyfriend. It's like, what are they talking about? And then Miles gets brought up again, and then dead body at the gorge, and probably my eyes light up at that.
Welcome to System Exploration by Unfortunate Ones. I'm Sav.
I'm Nix.
I'm Graythorn.
I'm Ace.
And today we're going to be exploring Kids on Bikes, 2nd edition. A game meant to hit that kind of 80s, 90s film of kids on bicycles roaming through a small town. We will be roaming through the small town of Terminal Junction as we explore and find a mystery, potentially some powered characters, and otherwise have a good time. Before we get too deep into it, I do want to go around the table and have you guys kind of introduce your characters so that we know who's playing who, and we'll do it in the same way. I'm Sav, and I'm going to be the GM, and I'm going to be playing everybody that's not our player characters. Go ahead, Nix. Who are you playing?
I am Dustin Tillman. What was the age again? 12?
Yeah, about 12.
12-year-old child. I was thinking like ruddy reddish brown hair, pale skin, freckles. I don't know why I was thinking like the fighter, like Canelo. So like that kind of
Oh, okay, I get it.
yeah, that just general look.
Okay.
But just, as a child.
What about personality-wise? Just a little tidbit. It could be short and sweet.
He's an animal lover.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's his trope.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. He's very protective of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You also have a dog.
I do have a dog.
By the way, your dog is a Burmese mountain dog.
Bernese mountain dog.
Bernese mountain dog, yeah.
Okay. I forgot what did I name my dog?
Thor.
Thor. Where do I have? Oh, right there. Yeah.
Sweet. Gray?
My character is a kid named Leo, or Leopold. He's also 12. He likes to figure things out, as his trope is a cunning detective. His motivation is because he likes to figure out the truth.
Yeah.
He likes the idea of like the vague idea of justice, whatever a kid would have for that.
Yeah.
The one of Miss Betty's pies goes missing. He's got to figure it out.
Yeah. Here's Leo to solve the mystery.
Yeah. Fears getting some bad grades. Pretty sure most good kids feared that because their parents would punish them. He is a little nosy, and his obligation is that he plays on the Little League baseball team at the behest of his father. I'm not sure what else to say.
No, that's fine.
Cool.
Ace?
All right. My character is Clay Tillman. I am Dusty's older brother, although I call him Rusty because of his hair. 15, I mainly work on the farm. It's the family farm that we moved to after our father passed away in an industrial accident.
Yep.
And I spend all my time working on the farm or hanging out with Rusty and his friend. I mean, there's not really much else to my life.
Yeah.
It's just school, farm.
Yeah, hardworking kid. Goes to school during school hours. Otherwise, after school, goes back, works on the farm. And in whatever free time you may have, hanging out with Dustin and Dustin's friend Leo.
Oh, yeah, I
And
got to make sure the
Thor.
farm stays in the family.
Love it. All right.
Also, the farm is an apple orchard.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
Details.
Details.
Here we go. You ready? It's been a long time since I've thought about those days. The time getting away from all of us. I've not seen those faces in many years. But it's funny, looking back through the lens of nostalgia, as those were some of the most intense times in my life. But now, in my age, looking back at the adventures that we had gone on, those were also the best times in my life. Despite the hijinks and mysteries and threats that we faced, I miss those times, and those faces, and that foolish dog. I'd love to go back, but unfortunately that is not how time works. So instead, as an old man now, I simply sit here and reflect on those days. Leopold. It is the morning of Friday. You have one last day of school to go to before it is the weekend. Weekend being the best time in a kid's life, where you get to do what you want rather than what you have to do. You have no practice this weekend, a thing that maybe you love or you dread. Either way, you do for your father's wishes. But the weekends are yours. You have a day of school to get through before you get on to that. As you wake up and get yourself ready, what is your last name? Do you have one?
Wilson.
What's that?
Wait, no. Jones.
Jones. In the Jones household, what is your morning like before you would otherwise set off on your bicycle down to the K-12 Junction school? What's your morning like?
Get woken up in the morning, usually by Dad. Mom will be making breakfast. Most of the time it's either some form of oatmeal or eggs and toast. Something, a regular American breakfast.
Okay.
Maybe there's a slice of bacon or two. Get up, go, brush the teeth, change the clothes, go downstairs, ready for school. As I wait for breakfast to be put on the table, wondering if my ne'er-do-well older brother will show up, and whether or not my overachiever sister,
Sure.
I'm not sure if we've discussed
That's
the
okay.
genders, will be there and, be normal and not rushed or dreading the next test or quiz or whatnot.
Your sister, a senior at the school that you go to, though she does have her own group of friends. And at that age, they are in possession of a vehicle. A vehicle which maybe you would like to get a ride to school every now and then, especially on the rainier days, but you don't mind taking your bike. In which you hear, as you go downstairs, the honking of the horn, slamming of the door. Your sister has already left. As you go downstairs, you will see your father reading the local paper, as he typically does, going through the business section. Your mother is nowhere to be found, but breakfast has been set out. You don't see your older brother. as you would go and eat in awkward silence at the table. You know not to disturb your father. Give me, I suppose, a brains check. Trying to think with my D&D brain where to fit perception into things.
10.
10. Also aware of how not to disturb your father, you will see your older brother as he creeps down this very same stairs. Says nothing to you or to your father, but with a 10. Also, I forgot, DC should be announced beforehand. That's my apologies, that is part of the system. But 10 is enough, as you see your brother sneak into the kitchen, as he appears to be digging through your mom's purse. Would you interrupt this at all?
No. But I will look at him as he does it. And then stop before he notices me.
Sure. He doesn't notice you at all. He doesn't seem to pay you any mind. He knows that as long as he is quiet, your father has at this point relatively given up on the kid. As he takes something out of the purse, puts it in his pocket, and chooses this moment to actually enter the room, announce himself before leaving out the front door. Possibly to go to school. It's where your father would assume he goes, but you don't necessarily trust that, as oftentimes he is missing from campus. You finish up your breakfast, and you head to the garage to gather your bike to make your way to school. Can you describe your bike for me, please?
It is a blue bike, and it has pedal-powered lights.
Blue bike with pedal-powered lights. As you gather it up, open up the garage door, and go to leave, as you are riding down the street on your way to school, with the breeze pulling through your hair, the moment you turn off of your street in the new neighborhood, somewhere that you've only recently moved to, as your family does decently well, from the old neighborhood, you will see at the house of the HOA president, the homeowners association that otherwise rules and delegates over the people that live here. You're not a fan of this woman. Her name is Patricia. And while your family was excited to move here, the restrictions on this neighborhood have been a bit oppressive. Your father's been upset at your mother being upset at the rules for how the front yard would be handled. But what's irked you the most is the banning of your best friend's dog, Thor. As Thor is unleashed and runs around as he pleases. But none of that matters in this moment. What matters more is you see a stranger in this town. Someone that you've never seen before, standing on the porch of the HOA president's house and speaking with the HOA president, Patricia. You know most of the people in this town, if not by name, by face, and you've never seen this man before. And you notice they are having some type of hushed conversation. This stranger seems to hold themselves with a level of command.
Jeez, a murder about to happen.
As their eyes go hollow and they start singing.
Wearing cargo shirts and a button-up t-shirt and sunglasses, a strange figure indeed, talking to the HOA president. Immediately, your detective mind starts to tingle. There's something afoot. This is weird. Who is this man? As you roll by, he looks very serious, and the face on the HOA president, though this is not abnormal, looks very serious as well. You are currently riding down the street. Neither of them have noticed you. Is there anything you would like to do, or would you just note this and continue on?
What side of the street are they on compared to me?
I will say you're riding down the actual street. It's not abnormal for kids on bikes to ride on the actual street itself. It'll be on the right side of the street that you see them.
If I were to, say, get onto the sidewalk and pedal a little slower, be like trying to hear what's going on as I look to the side with my eyes, just
Trying to hear something?
yeah, because the flaw here is nosy.
I do like it. Yeah. I suppose I'll go with a charm check. I'm going to call this a DC 8 charm check. By the way, you have started with 3... oh my gosh, what's it?
Adversity tokens.
Adversity, thank you. I was trying to think of what the A stand for. Adversity tokens, if you need to spend them. You're trying to beat an 8 to hear something. You're kind of far away rolling down the street, and this conversation is hushed.
And how do the adversity tokens work? I can roll them at any time.
You don't
I
have
can use
to
them at any
roll them,
time.
you just add
They're
them to
points
your
to be
roll.
added.
How many points
Yes.
are they?
You have 3.
1 each.
One each. I'm not gonna get that regardless.
So it is a level of success system. So what did
4.
you get? A 4. Would you like to add any adversity tokens to that? Maybe you'll pick up on something.
I'll throw in 1 for 5.
Okay. You will actually immediately get that back because that would be considered a failed roll. The only thing that you can pick up from this conversation is he mentions Galveston, which she seems to respond in a manner of nervousness to. This is your neighboring city. This is the city that you have a competitive nature with. You don't know a lot about it. Maybe never been there. If you have, only for limited experience. You will also pick up on her responses. She is being a little bit less hushed, as she mentions something along the line of not being sure, as she spends most of her time at the construction of that new housing track just outside of town. But that is all you're able to pick up from this conversation as you move by, trying to be nonchalant and otherwise not be noticed to be nosy. You would indeed move on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You move past this, getting out of earshot and out of sight. But definitely noting that that was strange. You've never seen that man before. You don't like the president, though she's hardly around, primarily being at that new housing track. But you note it, that detective mind of yours going off. Perhaps something to think about later in the day. As you roll on, away from that, and on to school. Dusty, Rusty. It is the middle of the school day, and you find yourself in class. This is science class, and today you are having a lab. What lab is it? You have a partner. What are you doing?
What grade is this? What grade is 12?
End of junior high, I believe. So like 8th grade, 7th, 8th
It'd be
grade?
7th grade.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Like earth science?
Earth science? What's the experiment? It's a lab day.
God, it's been 20 years since I've been in school.
No, it's not. You're here right now.
Would it like I'm trying to think of like actual things. Like, would a liquefaction thing be a thing? Like if you had like sand or something, you shake it and things would fall into it. I don't know. I don't know about.
Maybe you're looking at rocks or growing crystals or something.
Sure, rocks. Thank you for the help. I guess that's a lab.
You are studying rocks, crystals, the crystals within them.
Yeah, crystal formations. They're passing crystals around the class. It doesn't seem like a lab, but that's a.
You know, it is what you're doing though on this day.
Yeah.
With your apparent lab partner, as you are marking down whatever it is that you're able to witness or see within this, as you have a worksheet also in front of you. Give me a brains check.
That's going to be a strong one.
A strong one. You relatively have no idea what's going on in this class.
That's why my answer is what it was.
Yeah.
Because I am so not focused on what's happening in the class. Completely relying on my lab partner to do most of the work. As for the most part, I'm looking out windows and like birds and things that are happening outside
You're thinking it's Friday, and all you care about is what you're going to do with your friends after this class. In that moment of apparent distraction, give me a flight check as well. The DC for this flight check is going to be relatively low. It's going to be I'm going to call it a 6.
Flight?
Flight.
The 9.
It's a 9. As you're not paying attention, your partner, Matthew, who is very clumsy as he gathers the crystals to study, is going to nearly drop them. But you are able to catch them just in time to hear Matthew just sit there and just stammer, looking incredibly embarrassed. As this is happening, one of the things that has been distracting you is the Kelson twins who sit in front of you have also not been paying attention to their lab, as they are in some type of very serious sounding hushed conversation that has piqued your attention. Now, these are your classmates. You know them. You have no qualms with them. You are maybe even friends with them. As you notice that they're having this hushed conversation, what would you do? What would your reaction be?
I don't know. I don't know how close am I to these twins?
They are literally the table in
No,
front
I meant
of
relationship
you.
wise.
Oh, how close are you?
Yeah.
I will say
Are they just fellow classmates?
yeah, fellow classmates, but you have many classes with them. You might see them out on the schoolyard. You know them by name. They are also from the new neighborhood, as your best friend is. They're pretty playful usually. It maybe even seems a little unusual that they're being so hush about whatever they're talking about.
I think probably my first reaction is, after catching these things from Matthew, setting them on the table, looking at the sheet that we were given, making sure, like, I don't know, the drawing of the crystal structure, it matches whatever the thing we're going over, looking at his sheet, and maybe looking over to a couple of other people in the room that I could see their sheet, making sure Matthew looks like he's doing what he's doing, just acknowledging that's fine, looking over to the twins.
Kelson twins.
Yeah, if I could
Jim
kind
and
of
John
peek over to see that everything looks like, the work is getting done. I can stop really paying attention. Probably in that moment, noticing they're having that hush conversation. What would be cause there's like, in D&D, there's like almost like a willpower. Like you can kind of self-roll on yourself to see if you like, at least I've done it in.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see how much I care about the thing they're talking about versus Like, is that more distracting than looking out the window again?
Sure. I think it likely would be. You're trying to make a roll against yourself.
I'm trying to make a roll against myself.
Since you clearly don't care about the classwork, you are a kid that loves the outdoors. I would say, yeah, make me a brains check, I suppose, to see how interesting it is to you. I'm going to have it be relatively low DC because it is more active going on in your purview. We'll call it just a DC 4.
Yeah, so like, as much as that has caught my attention of like, ooh, that's not class. This isn't schoolwork. Part of me wants to listen to it, probably wants to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably will catch as much as I can before it starts getting into like Peanuts parents territory.
Sure.
Where my eyes and brain will slowly drift, like not swiftly, but slowly drift out back to the window and thinking about playing with Thor, thinking about what the next weekend, how much I'm just going to be running around, going to the gorge, having myself a nice little swim. So there's going to be a little bit of a moment of catching some of it in between the wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Of like whatever the teacher's saying or whatever Matthew is saying at me, where he's telling me what.
Oh, he's been mostly from apologizing to trying to do the study. Just womp, womp, womp.
I imagine I probably work with Matthew a lot because he tolerates me not really being there.
Yes.
But he'll talk at me at what's happening. But their voices will break free of some of it, but I'm mostly not paying attention.
What did you get?
I got a 2.
You got a 2 on a 4? Okay. I will say, probably as you're ignoring Matthew, kind of paying attention to that, but also still looking out the window, the biggest thing that will catch your attention will be the name Miles. The reason why Miles would get your attention is Miles, at one point, was the talk of the town. He's faded away out of importance. Miles is a kid that used to go to your school. He would be a senior now.
Mm-hmm.
Miles got expelled from your school because in a situation full of rumor, you don't know all of the details, but what you do know is that he stabbed a kid.
Oh, okay. That could probably probably bring me back to listening.
Mm-hmm.
To listening to what was happening.
Sure.
So if in between the Miles, stabbed, or just even Miles, because I would connect the stabbing to Miles.
Sure.
As soon as
the stabbing's not being talked about, but Miles' name coming up.
But Miles' name,
yeah.
and if it talked about stabbing and like something like oh damn, that's wild, that's a crazy story, my brain will probably snap back to being in the room.
Okay.
To listening.
Would you like to throw some adversity tokens on to try and bring that 2 up?
Sure. Yeah, if I could do that. Since you're trying
to refocus.
I'll use 2, and I'll bring it to a success.
You'll get the 1 back for failing. Oh, sorry, you're using 2, so that would make it a success. Yes. You hear the kids talking. I assume you're not putting yourself into the conversation.
No.
Okay. One of the twins is saying to the other ones something along the lines of, yeah, I heard it. And I'm pretty sure my friend wouldn't lie about that. Because my friend said that their friend said that their cousin said that weird girl Marcy, that her boyfriend Miles had seen a dead body over at the gorge.
I for a second there, just rolling into the character. Like
you started zoning out?
I started zoning out. Like, I was like, oh, immediately, like, oh, why would Dustin give a shit about any, like, who's, I don't care about whose boyfriend. It's like, whatever, like, what are they talking about? And then Miles gets brought up again, and then dead body at the gorge, and probably my eyes light up at that.
A lot of what they're talking about just seems absolutely like rumors have gotten way out of hand. But the base of the story is that Miles, when hanging out at the old gorge, which is just outside of town, near the farm that you live on, had found a dead body. apparently.
If
This is not known to the adults in the town. It's not known to the local law. Presumably, that dead body is still there.
There's probably even to a point that in some of this, during some of part of this conversation, my character is probably even a little bit of elbows on the table, kind of like leaning over a little bit, kind of more than I would really want to or intend to, but I'm just starting to kind of like get more drawn into whatever the conversation is, not caring or not realizing how much I might be noticed.
Sure. As that becomes more and more obvious and you listen to this story, you will hear a voice from behind you that snaps you out of that conversation. It snaps you out of the outdoors, and it also snaps you out of Matthew's rambling as Matthew's rambling stops as Mr. Smith, standing right behind you, is going, Mr. Tillman, is there something more pressing than the labs today?
I will, in a panic, look back and go, no. I was trying to get a better angle and look at that one is really cool. Looking at like one of the rocks in the next table, like it's look at it. It's so shiny and sharp.
Hmm? Give me a charm check, DC 4. This Mr. Smith does not give much of a shit about his job in general.
9.
A 9. It's pretty good. He looks like he's willing to accept what you're saying, whether he believes it or not. And he's just going to, with his hands behind his back, walk away from your table and just go, mm-hmm.
As he walks away, I'm going to look at Matthew wide-eyed and go, like, do like the stretched face with like almost like the finger pull up my neck, like the collar of my shirt. Go, it's a close one, huh, Matthew?
As he walks away, talking to you but not looking at you, Mr. Smith is going to just say, I would hate to give you a detention on a Friday.
I'll sink into my chair a little bit more. I go like, give me one of the rocks.
Give me the rocks. Matthew, seizing the opportunity to finally have a lab partner, is going to start handing you the rocks and explaining what is truly going on with the lab.
Within seconds, I'm out again.
The voice of Mr. Smith also calling the conversation between the Kelson twins as well. As you will finish your class. And the school day eventually will come to an end as the school bell rings. Clay, you are a hard-working kid. And Monday through Thursday, the way your life works is you go and study at school, and whether you're doing well in school or not, your mom tries to get you to do better. She cares. She's constantly busy. She struggles to do so. But between your schoolwork and working the apple orchard, your grades suffer a little bit. But your mom also understands that you are young. And so while Monday through Thursday, your job at the end of your school day is to immediately get yourself home, it's not Monday through Thursday, it is Friday. And Friday, your time is yours. It's not much you often like to do with your free time, but you know that there's usually something interesting going on between your younger brother and his friend as you walk to the bike rack to pick up your bike. As you do, you will see two individuals. One of them is the loyal and faithful dog, owned by your brother, but also beloved by you, Thor, as he is currently getting belly rubs from the ever beautiful Sue Ann. This is right next to the bike rack, which is where Thor typically waits for Dustin. How are you at talking to girls?
Not great.
Give me a grit check. Let's see if this rocks you. It'll be low DC. I'm going to call this a 5.
I'm going to stop dead in my tracks. And just kind of stare and, fidget with my hands and like, oh, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? Come on.
How long do you fidget? How long would you stand there and stare?
Well, I rolled a 1. So I'd imagine quite a bit.
Okay. You sit there and you stare and you work up the nerve. What could you say? You know her mom works in the local salon. You don't know much about her dad. You know he does something businessy. Maybe there's something there. Maybe you could ask about that. No, that seems weird. You know she has friends. You don't like some of them. But some of them are kind of fun. One of her friends, Beth, she's younger and been in the same grade as you for a long time. You've had classes with her. She's an interesting person, kind of a bookworm, but interesting. Maybe you could connect on her friends as you feel something hit your shoulder. As her boyfriend,
Of course.
shoulder checks you and walks in her direction. You don't like being shoulder checked. But this is a senior. He's on the baseball team. His name's Kyle. You don't like Kyle. You don't like being shoulder checked, but also in this moment, as you gather yourself, perhaps dropping something, as you look up, you realize that not only would you have to confront Kyle, but you'd have to do it in front of Sue Ann. Now, I use the word boyfriend loosely. They're kind of those on-again, off-again couples. But still, you'd have to confront both of them in this moment. Would you?
Oh, absolutely.
How so?
Well, first I'd like to know just how hard is he shoulder checking me? And how much would it affect me?
Enough to jostle you off of your standing position.
I'm a pretty tall and sturdy lad.
You are. For 15, you are. Indeed. As he knocks into your shoulder, you definitely stumble forward a bit. It takes you a moment to gather yourself to realize that he is walking towards Sue Ann. And in that moment, she notices him as well.
What does her face look like when she sees him?
Like she wants to introduce Kyle to Thor. Are you more pissed or are you more frightened of Sue Ann?
I think at this
also,
point
you can get an adversity token for failing the check to have the confidence to go speak to Sue Ann.
If only life worked like that. I think I'd be more pissed, honestly. Like,
Sure.
no reason. There's a whole lot of space. This guy didn't have to shoulder check me.
No,
It's
it
a
feels
decision
intentional.
that he made.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm not going to stand for that.
sure.
So, one of my flaws is being blunt.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just going to speak up. Hey, what's your problem?
This seems to move past him as if it wasn't for him as he just continues to walk away.
Hey, asshole, what's your problem?
He'll stop. He's going to look back in your direction.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
You see a shit-eating smirk on his face. Remember, he is bigger than you. As he is not frightened by your presence, he seems to be getting something out of this. He likes that you're calling him out. There's something about that drives him. He's going to take a step in your direction before arms wrap around him from Sue Ann. She's going to give you a look, and you get the impression that she's trying to diffuse the situation by distracting him. He's going to turn his head and look at her. She has the warmest of smiles. There's a degree of it, you still have agency. There's a degree of it that also melts your heart. It looks like his intentions are to pay attention to her rather than you in this moment. Do you escalate it? You also know that pretty soon, your brother, who is a kid, as well as his friend, will likely be showing up for their bikes.
I think at that point, because Sue-Ann's made a conscious decision to like try to de-escalate, I'm not going to go against her. That would be counterproductive to what I'm trying to do. So I think at that point, I'm just going to like snap my fingers low, get Thor's attention, get him to come over to me, kneel down, start petting him, start ignoring.
What's going on?
Yep.
Sure. As you do, and you start paying attention to Thor. Thor's excited to see you. He was pretty into the belly rubs previously, but look.
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah. But the moment you kind of snap and call him over, he's pretty excited to see you, and he will run over. You'll hear an off-the-cuff remark from Kyle as he's walking away, saying something along the lines of stupid mutt. To which Sue-Ann will shove him, and they will end in some type of little play fight as they walk away to the parking lot where his car is parked.
Under my breath, smarter than you are.
How under your breath?
I want him to hear it, but I want it to seem like I don't want him, you know? That kind of like, I'm definitely directing it towards him, but, you know.
Give me a charm check. Call it DC4. It's not hard to be quiet. Well, do you want to be quiet or do you want him to hear it?
Well, like I said, I want him to hear it, but I want him
Let
to...
me ask you this. Do you want him to hear it and shake it off and you get that win in?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm going to pull that up to a DC6.
I would like to spend 2 of my adversity tokens. Because that is a 4.
Yeah. You say something under your breath to the lines of, to the effect of, smarter than you are. And you'll see him stop. He heard it. But with Sue-Ann walking ahead of him and kind of pulling his hand.
Does he look at me at all?
Sure. I'll say he'll look at you. And as he looks at you and you flip him off, his body will get tugged forward by Sue-Ann and his attention will be once again pulled elsewhere as they walk off into the parking lot of the school towards his car. It's an old Jeep. As they disappear, you will hear the footsteps of 2 individuals as they converge onto your position. It is your brother Dustin and his friend Leo, as you both come to retrieve your bikes to do whatever it is that you would do after school on a Friday, as you have no responsibilities on this day.
Also, just as a side note, for future physical actions during the podcast recording, call it out.
Yeah, you gotta tell us that you're flipping them off.
Yeah.
For the audience.
For the audience. Yeah, you come up to the bike rack. I see who I always expected to be there is Thor. And at his heels, he's at the heels of my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We're all ready to get our bikes.
As you approach, gonna take a moment here above table. I'm gonna play an attribute of Thor's. I'm doing a stupid thing that I probably shouldn't do, which is I am making Thor what is considered a powered character. And I am going to play one of his aspects, which is Goofball, as he is going to see you and immediately run, and he is about your size when he is standing tall, as he is going to jump and tackle you and give you a lick attack to your face.
We're in a fight now.
Roll fight, please. So I'm going to hand out some cards. You guys would know Thor pretty well. I'm going to give Thor 4 power tokens. I believe they're called power tokens, which I will leave in the middle of the table. You guys can roll on at any point to activate any of his attributes. It would be expected from a powered character that they would be able to do something exceptional.
Sorry, what are these dice?
These are dice for Thor to be able to do something.
Is that to each one of us, or?
They are going to sit in the middle.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Any of you can call upon them. However, you guys can take 2 each of these attributes, the top one being Goofball. You can decide amongst yourselves. The way it would work is any of you guys can activate these attributes, but whoever holds them is the one that would narrate what happens. And if it is something that is challenging, while Thor is exceptional at these things, so think lower DC, that you could use the dice for. And it would be the person that holds the card.
You guys want to look through them first before we divvy it out? I rolled an 11.
This is not what powered characters are supposed to be, by the way. They're supposed to be super powered characters, but I thought it was funny to give a character sheet to Thor. Also, here are his stats.
Yep, that all makes sense.
His flaw is that he is distractible. He gets excited by like squirrels and interesting smells and stuff. He's a dog. Thor is a large Bernese mountain dog weighing about 75 to 100 pounds, somewhere in that threshold, with a beautiful tri-colored coat, black, white, and rust, just like Rusty.
Hey.
He's gentle, patient, protective, and playful by nature. Thor roams freely and unleashed throughout Terminal Junction, including but not exclusive to...
Not sure how you guys want to dole them out. I'm just going to take 2 at random.
Including but not exclusive to picking up Dustin from school. By himself. He walked himself here to pick you up. You probably came together in the morning.
Oh, he
did
me.
Whatever he did throughout the day,
Yeah.
and then he came back to pick you up, serving as Dustin's constant companion since Dustin was 6, as Thor is also 6 years old. He does have stats as well. You're definitely not supposed to make a dog a powered character.
I don't know. I'm kind of here for it. I like it.
Can I ask what attributes you guys took?
I took the Trust Clay attribute
Okay.
and the Athletic attribute.
Sure. So, if anything, you can call those at any time. It doesn't necessarily make a roll. However, when you call them, if it does constitute a roll, you would presume that he would be exceptional at that thing. So, like, the difference between you jumping over a fence and Thor jumping over a fence might be pretty different, especially if it is to do something within his attributes. If you, as he trusts you completely, if you decide to tell him to do something and you're playing into that he trusts you thing, you would expect that he could do that exceptionally when considering the DC for what he is capable of doing. Gray?
I was left with helps Leo investigate and Goofball.
Yeah, Goofball. Love it. Helps Leo investigate. He's got a good nose. His nose would be far more exceptional than yours would be.
I got Dustin's emotional support and protective.
Hell yeah. He has those 4 die to do those exceptional things as per his attributes. For him, it is quite simple. How does he get his dice back? Thor just needs sleep after doing something exceptional to get his dice back.
Cool.
There are different things that would get you a powered character's dice back. This is a dog. He just needs to chill out for a bit. It's fine.
So no
Okay.
Scooby snacks.
Scooby snacks. Maybe they'll get you some back. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what Thor does and how many dice I give you back after he does exceptional stuff.
I'm trying to think of a play on Norse mythology to get Scooby snacks for Thor.
Something with Eden's apples.
Apples, you say?
Could be
From the apple farmers.
Could be apples. Apples.
Fenrir fritters.
Oh, he did
anybody
also
could look
steal
at
the
the-
apple pie.
He did.
He stole the apple
He
pie.
did steal the
He
apple
does
pie.
love some apples.
This dog is a fiend for apples. We don't give him often because we actually sell the apples.
No, that's why he trusts me. Is because every once in a while I'll drop him an apple.
Yeah. So he trusts you completely.
hmm
Love it. As Thor goes and as you guys are all converging for the first time in our campaign to overall talk about what you guys want to do on a Friday. It's like 3 p.m. What are you guys doing? But before you can,
Otherwise, we need to resolve.
Thor does indeed absolutely tackle you. And you feel the might of a Bernese Mountain Dog collapse you.
I rolled an 11.
To not be collapsed?
No, it's just a fight.
To fight?
No, it's gonna be a roll.
I dig
It's
it.
gonna- it's gonna-
Let me. What did I put as his fight?
I had a big dog.
I think it'd be fun if someone else rolled it. So Clay, if you could roll me a d20 for Thor's fight.
That's the same as me.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. As he goes to tackle you, you succeed this roll. What does that look like?
I mean, I'll give him the first drop in, but I start to try to reposition myself and kind of try to get to the side of him.
Sure.
In some ways, I grab my arm around his whole mid torso as his head kind of flings back, mouth open, trying to kind of playfully jaw at me as I'm kind of like hugging on his back. I go a little bit where I twist my body, kind of lean my weight on him, kind of hit his leg, and we both kind of drop to the ground, and he starts to flail, and I'm flailing with him. I get the better of it. He knows it. But we're still playing.
He knows it.
And then we, eventually that becomes a little less volatile, and we start to kind of be more playful, and I start petting, and
Sure.
he starts licking, and it becomes it's just how I greet Thor sometimes.
Sure, absolutely. And how he greets you as well. As you guys somewhat settle, both Dustin and Thor panting now.
I have a big smile on my face. Just
Your interaction with Kyle has washed away from you in this moment of watching your brother interact with the free creature that is Thor in their most natural way that they interact. As you guys are catching your breath, Clay is smiling. Thor walks around to give Leo a lick as well, just to say hi, as you all converge. Talking about your day, talking about what you'd like to do with your day next.
How was class?
Class, it was okay. Stuff happened. The teacher said stuff.
Little brother, you got to do better than I do in school. Come on. We both know you're the smart one.
I think the farm is good.
That's not the life for you. That's why I'm doing the farm.
Yeah. Leo, how are your classes?
Trying to play this straight and not go into Butter's voice.
Well, guys.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it. Yeah, well, it's class, I guess. I gotta keep my grades up. Almost got a B on my last math test.
Ooh. That seems like outside of what you normally do.
Yeah, algebra. I don't like it.
I almost don't even know what that means. I'm just gonna kind of nod.
You know, there's a 2.
Yeah.
There's an algebra 2.
There.
Why
Oh, I
would
thought
someone
you-
go and make 2 of those?
I was about to say. I thought he was talking about the number. I like number. The number 2 I got.
Yeah, I don't know why they make 2.
As we're I imagine slowly getting our bikes out, kind of starting to ride. You heading back to the farm?
No, it's Friday. I don't got to go to the farm today. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, I was thinking. As we're kind of walking away, starting to go away from not too many people around us, are there?
Around you currently?
Yeah.
class is letting out, but you could talk quietly if you wanted to, especially as you've gathered up your bikes and started moving away from the bike rack.
I'll probably in a hush voice like, come on, let's go. I heard something cool. Starting to walk away from, trying to keep distance, starting to hush my voice. I forgot the name of what was the name of the twins?
Kelson
twins. I heard Kelson's twins said that there's a body at the gorge. Miles's body, or
Miles is the person they are referring to as having seen it.
Yeah, Miles is the one who saw the body. They would know Miles too, right?
They would know Miles. Clay, you would particularly know Miles' girlfriend, a girl named Marcy, who is the one that the friend heard it from. Marcy went to school with you, or has gone to school with you, at your age group, in your classes for a long time. Around the same time that your father died, hers did. And her life took a pretty big twist. And she is what everybody refers to as the freak at school, or the weird girl, as she has divin pretty deep into gothic attire.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
I do like how Clay's frame of reference for at least 2 women so far are their other people's girlfriends.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like I might be a bit of a scumbag.
He's a farmer. He's got to plant some seeds, you know?
He's got to plant. So.
One field's not enough.
My name is Tillman for a reason. Got to till that soil.
Such a wholesome story of degenerate players. At least thus far. We are going to go look for a dead body. So yeah, I present that to the group.
I mean, if Marcy's the one that said it, take it with a grain of salt.
Were you aware, were you aware that Marcy said it? Did I know that Marcy said it, or did you?
You knew that Marcy said it.
Okay.
You're not as familiar with Marcy. You've seen her. You know her. You probably also think of her as the weird girl. Clay, you have a bit more history. She's a pretty nice girl. Just lost her father in the same accident that your father died in the pipe fitting factory just outside of town before a new pipe fitting factory opened up. Though none of you have connections with that new factory, you and Marcy both have that same connection of losing a parent in that accident.
I mean, if nothing else, it could be something cool we do. And also, I mean, we could just end up going for a swim. Just have a good time at the gorge.
Yeah, I'm for that.
You guys are, unless you guys got something you need to do.
Miles said it.
Miles said it.
Is Miles still in town?
Miles is still in town, so that news of his faded away, and you would all be aware of Miles's history. It was the talk of the town. The kid that he stabbed in the confrontation, and there are so many explanations, it's almost not worth getting into what the confrontation might have actually been. The rumors that have spread around it are countless. The kid he stabbed, his parents moved that kid away to another town, but the kid was fine. He went to jail for a time before coming back. He never returned to school, and he currently works in a butcher shop with his father.
Well, if Miles said, I don't know. I mean, he could be a fibber. He went and stabbed a kid, you know. Well, I mean,
in town,
you guys can go swim. I'll skip rocks.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are...
I mean, the gorge is usually a good time, even if there's not something to see.
I mean, I've been thinking about going for a swim pretty much all day, so...
He's been thinking about going for a swim more than the narrative. Sure. As you guys set off towards the gorge, Yes? All
Yeah.
thumbs up. As you set off towards the gorge.
Before we
Mhm.
get on the bikes and head, I imagine we were walking next to the bikes. At least that's what
Sure.
playing in my head as we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
I do reach into my pocket to get like an old but very sturdy playing card as I'm about to take off. I don't leave it on the bike, and I put it right into set it into the bike and make sure I kind of turn the wheel a little bit, make sure it gets the right kind of right little clicky noise, and then we start going.
Sure. Got to get that clicking noise going. As you place this playing card into your spokes, it begins to click as you hop over, swinging your leg over the seat, and you all begin to set off into town, to cross town, and to head towards the gorge. As you begin to set off, Thor is going to pull out ahead of you, as you have seen Thor do many times, and he's going to look back to the group. And as he looks back to the group, all of you can read it on his face. You know exactly what this dog wants. This dog wants a race.
Oh, and I'm going to give it to him.
Anybody that would participate in the race against Thor, give me a flight check.
Oh, crud.
What's the DC?
It's a contest, so I'm going to roll for Thor.
Oh, okay. I got an 8.
Nice.
I have to look at something real quick.
Okay. Yep. Is Leo going to participate in the
Yeah,
race?
he'll pedal casually behind. He knows that this happens.
And it slows down eventually. And when specifically Thor calls for the race, there's no finish line. It ends up petering out.
He's made the mistake of trying to participate one time.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm going to shift my orange 10 speed into a lower gear
Mm-hmm.
and add to my flight check an additional D4.
Yeah, you are.
Give me a 6 total.
A 6 total. As you shift gears and set out, all 4 of you, including Thor, all 3 of you, including Thor, leaving Leo behind. But Leo, you know it doesn't take much to catch up for when they eventually tire themselves out as you set off, racing each other. And despite having the better bike, not having the willpower, as well as the undying competitive nature between Boy and his dog, eventually the 10 speed is going to start drifting behind. Who's pulling out in front is going to be Dustin and Thor. And perhaps the moment you notice this, you even slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to start coasting back and just catching my breath.
I would also probably, if you allow me to inject narratively a little bit into Clay a little bit, is you've seen this happen before. You probably could, if you wanted to, beat us. But there's probably a moment where almost my bike doesn't seem like the seat even exists. I'm so high standing, probably the biggest smile on my face as I'm trying to like beat Thor, and I'm just almost gone in the moment of me and Thor racing. I can imagine just as a brother, you get lost in the moment of looking at your brother just having the time of his life as his little dog.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
There you go. I'll give you
narrative explanation of dice. As you drift off or drift behind and begin to coast, and you now have that gap between Leo and Clay, the dog and his boy, as they run out ahead, neck and neck, keeping pace with each other, digging into the middle part of town as you keep up for a very long time before eventually you start to feel tired. And you see Thor feeling tired as well. Thor could run forever, but this is a sprint. as you both begin to slow down, as neither of you necessarily wins, but both of you win.
Yeah.
As you both roll an 8 in order to peel out and try and race each other. Setting all of you out into the middle of town as you ride your bikes. It's Friday. You're young. The world is yours. There's a breeze in your hair as you ride through, catching all of the sights in the town, passing by Betty's Diner. You can smell the apple pies permeating the air, permeating the neighborhood, not just the actual diner itself, as you ride through with that old familiar smell. A treat for any of you.
You know, I hear she has fans in the back that blow that smell out.
I probably also have to maybe whistle or clap a couple times to make sure Thor doesn't wander off.
Doesn't get
direction.
distracted. He does get distracted. As you continue on, you'll pass by the library and the church, eventually cutting through the park in the center of town as it lets out on the other side of the park, passing by that major intersection where the strip mall, which holds the Blockbuster, the bike shop, and the arcade, in which you guys also very much enjoy to spend time at. Passing by these things, eventually coming to the edges of town, you'll pass by the old neighborhood on the opposite side of town from where Leo lives. Getting outside of town a little bit, passing over the old train tracks on your bikes as they thump over the rails, and passing by what was the old factory. Maybe giving two of you a pause. It's abandoned now, but it is where your father died. As you leave town, passing by the road that would otherwise take you to your farm, and instead branching off to the road that would take you to the old gorge. For a swim, a good time, and perhaps a dead body. And I think that's a good place for us to take a little break.
All right. Good.
Welcome back to System Exploration for our Kids on Bikes exploration. As our kids and one teen arrive at the gorge, the local swimming hole, as you guys spend a decent amount of your time already. As you arrive on a road which whittles down to a trail as you begin to hear the waterfall. It's about a 50-foot drop down into the gorge below. And you can hear this roaring in the background as you guys begin to approach on this trail. As you follow along this trail, the hill to the right side of the trail begins to get steeper and steeper. To the left, you have woods. Woods that would be otherwise hard to traverse on your bikes. As you follow this path on the road, coming around that last bend to what would otherwise be the overlook over the gorge, you are going to see something in the distance. As I imagine you are all traveling together now, as you see something that probably catches all of your eyes, but most certainly catches one of your eyes in particular, as a bad feeling starts to come across Clay.
Of course.
At the dead end, a few hundred feet ahead of you, you see a Jeep.
God.
Remember when you decided to start shit earlier? You see a Jeep. Sitting on the bed of the Jeep, which the bed has been pulled down, you see Kyle and his 2 other friends. To a degree equally assholes. Now, previously they don't have much interaction with any of you other than being the local assholes. All of them on the baseball team, all of them very jockey. You don't see Sue Ann here. But you are riding along this trail with your younger brother and his friend and the dog. You know in that Jeep there are baseball bats. You have some time to make a decision as the road ahead of you, you have a few hundred feet before you would lose that very steep hill down to the gorge, and it would become a cliff. And the only thing beneath that cliff is the water. If you were to pass that threshold, there is nowhere to go but forward. You can make a choice here. You could risk it and take your bikes down the very steep hill, or you can continue forward and see what Kyle and his friends' reaction will be to you arriving.
Rusty, Leo, be ready to ride fast. If they come at us, just run, go. Got it?
Got it.
Thor, you keep after them.
Thor, with you saying something in a commanding voice to him, also seems to get a little bit serious. He slows down a bit, starts running alongside you guys. Now this would be a dead end. If you were to continue all the way to them, there wouldn't be anywhere but back to begin to ride. Sounds like you are leading, Clay.
There's nowhere else to go past the gorge?
You could go down the steep hill. At the dead end, there would be a trail that you could leave your bikes at and go down to the gorge, but that would be passing Kyle and his friends.
Would they have to walk their bikes down that trail, or could they theoretically ride them carefully?
You would have to lift them over a guardrail, but then after lifting them over the guardrail, you could ride down that trail.
Yeah, I think I can distract them long enough for them to get their bikes over the rail. If need be. What do you guys think?
I mean, you're making the car right now.
These are high schoolers, seniors, and athletic types. How would you two feel about this, Leo and Dustin? I imagine you guys have slowed down to be able to think about this for a moment. You can see in the distance they do appear to be drinking as well.
Dusty's a little chihuahua. I got a D20 for fight. If at any point, I'm not going to start a fight. If at any point Clay looks like he's in a fight, I'm in a fight too.
Leo would not have any of that.
Is Leo saying anything?
As Leo is a player on a Little League baseball team, how much does he know about these kids?
You would know that they play on the, what was our...
Termites.
The Termites. They play for the Termites. They are the Termites. They're the town heroes. As for 3 years in a row, their team has beat... we've said too many names in our break, and now I can't think of the... Galveston. They've beaten Galveston 3 years in a row. They're good baseball players. They've probably harassed you at some point.
Probably. The town's probably very fond of them too, right?
Mm-hmm. They're the heroes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we should go that way anymore, guys.
I know that Leo is the smartest one of the four of us. I'm going to look at what Leo said. I'm going to look over to you. to Clay. We'll put like eyebrows up. We kind of like nod towards Leo.
I mean, he's right, but we've all been down that steep trail,
It would be a flight check to go down that trail.
and I've eaten it more times on that trail than I'd like to count. There's
Or,
guaranteed
sorry, hill, not trail, hill.
There's guaranteed pain on the hill or possible pain down the road. You guys could head down that. You guys could head down that hill, and I'll meet you on the other side.
So you just logistically, so his character's going to try to go around?
Logistically, he wants to go forward and risk the bullies while he's propositioning for you guys to risk the hill. And whether you have or not, he's eaten shit on that hill multiple times.
A lot, like.
I don't know what that means. That means like...
He's fallen trying to go down that hill. It's a steep
A
hill.
lot.
It's
But he wants us to go down that hill.
he wants you to go down the hill,
You guys don't seem to
and
have a problem
he's going to
traversing
go
it.
and confront bullies.
I'm not
Well,
gonna.
he's going to try and get past bullies.
Yeah, guaranteed me falling and getting hurt on the trail on the hill, or going down the trail, or going down the path to the trail, and potentially getting into it with some bullies.
Oh, so wait. So we're going either down a hill or in front of the...
Down a hill or past the bullies.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's go down the hill.
Okay. It's a flight check to get down the hill safely. It is a very steep hill.
And that's why I eat shit all the time.
I probably look over to Leo and be like, how comfortable are you with that? Maybe if Thor went down with you?
Maybe.
Thor, you think you can look after Leo as he goes down?
Despite the very serious moment, with a level of understanding, Thor is going to look up at you with a very big smile and his tongue hanging out of his mouth.
Nice.
He'll go that way if you tell him to.
Good boy.
All right.
So, Thor and Leo are going to risk the hill, and you two are going to risk the bullies. Is that my understanding?
Oh, I thought I was going down the hill too.
Okay, you're going down the hill too. That was the original plan. I thought you were shifting the plan. Sorry.
No.
Okay.
I thought like both events were
Sure.
we're both going past the bully, like everyone's going past the bullies,
one's-
and me and Leo are just rushing down the hill.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I didn't think we were doing two different options.
Yeah. Okay. So you and
I thought you were going down the hill with us.
If I go down that hill, I'm probably gonna eat it again.
Yeah. I don't know how comfortable I would be separating, thinking you were going to confront somebody.
Oh, I'm not trying to confront anybody. Just trying not to fall off my bike.
Okay, if you're going to speed past, okay. I would probably be uncomfortable, but I'm probably going to be with Leo, making sure Leo doesn't collapse down the hill.
Okay. By the way, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can lend, within reason of you being able to explain it, you can lend your adversity tokens to your friends as well.
I'd probably like, I get the sense that you're in high tension from these guys. But I will, unless you want Thor.
No, I'd feel better if Thor was with you guys.
I'll listen to Clay.
All right. As you slow down and pull your bikes over to the side, you slow down as well, Clay, to continue along that trail. As your brother and your friend begin their way down that trail, you are going to pull forward and you'll begin to hear the laughing and joking of Kyle and his friends about nothing, about baseball, about something stupid. It feels very unimportant to you. It is just murmuring in the wind that you don't really care about, other than the fact that it's getting louder, and you know you're outnumbered as you step forward, and eventually, as one of them crushes a can on their head, in doing so, after the can is crushed, they are looking in your direction. Oh, look what we got here, boys. They're going to hop off of the truck. At the moment, they're just standing there, but they're watching you approach.
Keep riding my bike.
Mm-hmm. They are parked just in front of that guardrail as you begin to approach. As you do, they do look like they're beginning to... They're beginning to circle a little bit or fan out a little bit. What did you say again? Smarter than me, right? The dog?
Oh, by leaps and bounds.
He's going to go reach into the back of his Jeep. He's going to pull out a baseball bat. You don't seem very smart right now. You're that farmer kid, right?
Yeah.
Farmer kid should stay on the farm. He's going to start pointing the bat at you as you begin to approach. He looks like he's pretty willing to stand in front of you or in front of your bike. He doesn't look like he's about ready to swing yet, but...
We're going to speed up.
What is your intentions?
I'm going to try to scare him.
Sure. Okay. Give me a charm check. You're on a bike, you're faster than him, but he has a bat. Hold on, don't tell me yet. I'm going to say... I'm going to call it a DC 7. If you pass, you'll scare him and he's going to jump out of your way. Which would give you an opening to a flight check to get your bike over the trail and get the fuck out of there. If you fail, he's going to swing on your bike and potentially damage it.
So, before I tell you what I rolled,
Yeah.
what I'd kind of like to do, because it's a guardrail, right?
It is a guardrail.
Does it go all the way down to the ground? Or because I'm thinking like a gate where it's got like that little
The like
opening of the
triangle
bar. Yeah.
bar thing. Yeah. It is that. His truck is parked against the lower side. I think it would be difficult to dive under it. Is what I'm assuming you're trying to do?
I was trying to think about like sliding under it and then just jumping up on the other side.
With a flight check. What was your I suppose this would be charm versus... Actually, I'm going to make it charm versus his fight rather than DC 8 because he's going to try and hit your bike. Ooh. What was your roll?
8.
8. I did say 8 to begin with.
Said 7.
I'll leave your 8. Or I said 7. I'll leave your 7. As you maybe drop gear again and you begin to roll faster, it's not quite enough time for him to bring up the bat. He starts to bring up the bat and realizes he's being outpaced as he's going to try and dive out of the way of the oncoming bike. As he dives out of the way and you fly past him and past the friends who are now trying to converge on you. I'll allow you, I think, like I said, I think it would be hard. I'll allow you, I'm going to say a flight check of 8 to dive under the rails.
So
otherwise you're going to have to stop and throw your bike over.
So I am in a lower gear. So that does give me an extra D4.
It does.
Ain't happening.
What was the number? Because it's
4 total.
4 total.
As you can add an adversity token.
I only have 2 left. That'll only bring me to a 6.
Yeah, but you can add 1 to your sheet for failing. As you ride past him and fall down and try and skid under the railing, your bike is going to hit the railing. And the front of your bike, the wheel of your bike, is going to get tweaked. You make it under. What was your roll again?
4.
A 4 total. You make it under, but it looks like they're going to try and pursue you, and the tire on your bike is now broken. But you do make it under. How are you two going down this steep hill? Are you going to try and write it down? Are you going to try and walk your bikes down? What are your intentions?
I mean, what makes sense? Walking it down, no?
Probably safer.
We're not
Slower, but safer.
Yeah, we're not in that much of a rush. I didn't necessarily think that my brother would just rush into a confrontation.
This happened at the same time you didn't necessarily see
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is as your brother rolls off.
Yeah, we start heading down. I'm more concerned with making sure that Leo gets down safely.
Okay. Yeah, I'll lower the DC for that then. I'm going to call it a flight check of a 5. It is still something difficult to do, but it's not crazy. It's a steep hill.
3.
I got an 8.
Okay.
How many adversity tokens do you got?
3.
I'll lend you 1.
Okay. So then I use 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just used 1. No? You got a 3.
Oh yeah. Then I
1.
Used,
Yeah.
Yeah, I use 1 and I use your 1.
Yeah. Correct. It's tough, and for a moment, it looks like Leo is going to lose his footing, potentially even having to drop your bike. But you are close enough that you are able to catch the bike, giving him the opportunity to resettle himself, kind of on all fours, maybe a little bit of butt scooting action. As you walk down with the 2 bikes, with your 8, much more confidently, yes, sir?
Never mind.
Oh,
I think it's to my role. Wouldn't necessarily be helping his role.
If it is about your bike, you're not on your bikes currently.
No, well, it's I have the protective, so +3 when defending friends, but I don't think it really works in this context.
I could see it
I'm
stretched.
defending my friend from falling.
I could
can
see it
argue
stretched
it.
from that. There's harm
But that's
as a risk of falling.
I think the +3 is technically my +3. I don't think it's to help him. I think I get a boost from trying to help somebody.
So I think
don't
where I would
boost
meet you in the
somebody.
middle is allowing you to make, I suppose, a brawn check with that +3. Him not having to use his adversity tokens, but if he fails, then he would fall. Because changing the roll. Or if he fails, rather, you wouldn't be able to use your adversity token to help him. You could still burn your last adversity token and still succeed, technically. Would you want to try to do that?
Sure.
Give me the brawn check.
With
I'm going to call it a brawn check. I'll say the same 5.
with the +3,
Yeah.
15.
No. Failed totally. Okay, you guys can get your adversity tokens back. You'll actually gain an extra one because you technically failed your roll. But
I don't lose the one
You
I-
are able to successfully save him. Yeah.
So when you use adversity tokens, and you fail, you get back
You get
once-
back 1.
You get back 1.
You get back 1 for a failure. Any failed roll, you get back
Any
an
failed
adversity
check
token.
gives you back
It gives you just 1 token.
1 token.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you fail, try to use your adversity token to win. The failure in and of itself gives you the adversity token back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you tried to use an adversity token, it didn't work, you get 1 back. It's not that. It's just the act of failing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah, again, Dusty is a little fucking chihuahua.
Yeah. You're able to, in the same way,
Strong one,
grab the bike
but a little chihuahua.
in time for Leo not to fall. Leo, you have that heart racing moment of realizing you fucked it. You're gonna fall, but you feel the bike and the weight of it taken off of you, and you're able to catch yourself. And slow and steady, You guys are able to make it down to the bottom of this very steep hill. And you'll hear a very big clang. Something big smashing against something metal. As we'll go back to you, you have broken your bike. You are on the other end. You did slide through, but you are on the other end. Your bike is now broken as you hear Kyle saying, "What the fuck? Get him!" And you'll hear the other two boys as they begin to run after you. I need a flight check versus their flight to try and catch you.
What if I were to turn around and taunt Kyle? Too much of a pussy to fight me yourself?
If you'd like to.
Yeah, because I ain't running away from this. My flight is dog water.
You don't know their flight. They could be pitchers. You don't know. They might not be that good at running.
The most athletic person on the baseball team.
Yeah. If I fail my flight check, can I turn around and do that still?
You need to make a choice. Essentially, if you fail your flight check, are you fighting all three of them? Or are you trying to succeed your flight check and you fail and you fight none of them? Or are you just trying to fight Guile?
Screw it. I think I'm just going to fight Kyle.
As you turn around, what do you say as you stand up and dust yourself off?
Well, it looks like you're smart enough to get out of the way, but you're still too much of a pussy to face me man to man. Is that it? You need your buddies to help you? You can't take me on your own? Why don't you drop the bat and show me what you can do?
Like baseball players, you're going to see them kind of skid to a stop. These are low-level goons as they look back to their leader. And you will see Kyle dusting himself off. And he's picked up the bat. He was ready to chase you with the bat, though he would have been much further behind. It's not actually the one you would have had to have outrun. As he's going to look to his two friends. You're going to see that shit-eating smirk come across his face once more. He's going to toss the bat into his Jeep. He's going to start dusting himself off while walking in your direction.
Hope you're ready, son. I'm going to feed you that smile.
He's just going to keep smirking. He knows he's bigger than you. As he's going to walk up to you. And when he approaches, he's rearing for it. As he's going to attempt to hop over this gate, this guardrail, and kick in your direction as it happens, initiating combat with you. I need a fight check. Now, what happens if you win? What happens if you lose? What are you risking?
So first I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Because the entire basis of this was to keep my brother and his friend out of danger.
Yes.
Can I activate my protective skill? Would you consider this me being protective?
I feel like you've skirted past that pretty far. You've already accomplished protecting them.
No, I'm just defending myself.
You're kind of just defending yourself in this situation.
All right.
What is your protective? What is your bonus?
Gives
for
me
that?
a +3.
A +3. Yeah, sure.
All right.
What are you, before you roll, what are you risking? What's going to happen to you if you lose? You know these kids aren't going to beat you to death. They're the heroes of this town, but also they were willing to take a bat, if not to you, at least to your bike. They were willing to threaten you with a bat. They were willing to fight you at school. You don't get the impression that they're going to hold back much.
Oh, I have a feeling that if I lose, I'm gonna get my world rocked.
Okay. If you win, what happens?
I'm hoping that if I can beat Kyle, his little buddies will run off, and Kyle will follow suit after, his tail tucked firmly between his legs and not mess with me or my brother anymore.
Let's see. Oh, that's cocked. Oh, not a great roll for Kyle. What'd you get?
13.
13. As he swings over this rail and attempts to do a kick at you, it's sloppy, right? It takes a lot more effort to swing over a rail, nonetheless land a precise strike, as you are able to quite easily step out of the way of that as you begin to brawl with him. And it is a classic schoolyard brawl that starts standing as you guys start throwing blows at each other. Most of his glancing off of you, but you feel a couple of yours land pretty solidly before it ends up in a tussle on the ground. You even roll down the trail a little bit. His friends cheering him on before they begin to kind of start. The cheering goes from, yeah, you got this, to like, come on, what are you doing, Kyle? Get him! As you do get the upper hand on him, giving a pretty big final blow, a gut punch, as he just keels over for a moment, and you stand up, ready to take on the other two, but the other two look stunned. Kyle is rolling on the floor moaning. The other two are just standing there looking shocked. They have underestimated you.
I'm going to give you boys one chance and one chance only. Walk away. Take this mess with you.
They're going to start to stammer a bit as they're going to creep forward, but they're looking more like they're trying to stay away from you and gather their friend than they are trying to confront you in any way. As from under the guardrail, in a very awkward way because you rolled away a little bit, they're going to stretch out and grab him and drag him back through the guardrail as they pick him up, and he is limping away. Over his shoulder, he's going to call out to you what you know to be empty words. This will have lasting effects, and it's not the effects that he says out loud necessarily, but it is the effects of a man who is embarrassed at getting his ass whooped by someone multiple years their junior, as he calls out, "You're dead, kid! You're dead! Your brother too!" As they hop back into their Jeep, they are fully running away from you, though, as he's making threats, as he is tucking tail and getting into his Jeep.
As they're getting into the Jeep, you know where to find me. Come back if you want some more.
Not even to you anymore. Just an embarrassed teenager under his breath. They're fucking dead. They're fucking dead, as he's like trying as quickly as he can start the Jeep, throw it into reverse, and they grind out in the dirt, trying to peel out backwards away from the guardrail. You won this fight.
Dust myself off. Walk over to my bike and assess how bad the damage really is.
That front wheel ain't rolling.
Do I have a bike chain with me or something? I just leave it here. No one's going to... Well, it's not going
Oh,
anywhere.
like a lock?
Yeah.
I imagine you have a lock in your backpack.
Okay. I'm going to lock my bike to the guardrail.
Sure.
I'll carry it back with me up to the farm when we're done.
Okay.
But I'm not going to carry it all the way down and all the way back up. That just makes no sense.
Sure. Absolutely. You lock up your bike. It's quiet around you as
I'm going to go try to find my brother.
you go to seek out your brother. Oh. As you head down the trail to what is otherwise a beautiful gorge, the sun is starting to dip in the sky, but it's not quite fully all the way down. As you fully emerge on the other side of the pool that would be this gorge, to see on the shores waiting Dustin and Leo, who did indeed safely make it down to the bottom of the gorge.
Do we make it at like the same time?
You made it there first. Not by long, but you did make it there first. As you would see your brother on the other end of this pool, kind of emerging out from the trail that had wrapped around, without his bike. But he looks unharmed, maybe a little dirty.
Was that a little scuffed up?
A little scuffed up. but otherwise unharmed.
Have any trouble with the hill, Rusty?
It was all right. Nothing too crazy. Having a little trouble with the dirt bags.
I don't think they'll be bothering us for a while. At least I hope not.
All right. The bike?
A little bit of an accident, but it'll be all right. I'll be able to fix it when we get home.
Do you use the bike?
No, didn't need to.
All right.
Was always an option.
Yeah,
I feel like beating someone with a bicycle might have been a tad over the top.
Oh, depending on the time, the whole time that everything was happening, depending on the time that was going on, the thought that was going through my head was if I got down there and like that noise happened and I was at the bottom already, I wanted Dustin to get Thor, immediately start running up the trail full speed with Thor, grabbing 2 rocks in each hand, or grabbing a rock in each hand, ready to run up to the top of the hill, the trail, and just throw rocks at kids.
Wouldn't have been a bad idea, especially if you brought Leo. Leo is particularly good at throwing.
Are you? Oh,
He is the
skipping
pitcher in
rocks.
his little
Skipping
league team.
rocks, skipping rocks.
As you find yourself now as a group at the gorge, the local swimming hole where you commonly play on the weekends, there's definitely something here you want to check out. But after the tussle that you just were in, you also find yourself on the other end of a pool.
Stick my hand in the water. Is it nice and cool?
It's cool. It's refreshing. It's not cold. It's slightly below what people would describe a nice pool being bathtub. It's slightly below bathtub. But it's nothing that you haven't risked before. The brisk water of the...
Oh, no. I was hoping,
gorge.
for my hand. It's
Yeah.
probably a little sore.
Probably a little sore. Yeah. Would you swim across? If not, you could walk around the gorge up trail a little bit. With the waterfall comes into the gorge, but there's also a stream that comes into the gorge that you could follow up if you wanted to simply walk around to your brother and his friends. Otherwise, the water's nice.
I'm just going to dive in and swim across.
Clothes and all?
Clothes and all.
Clothes and all. As your brother swims across the gorge, across the pool, over to the edge, to the bank that you are currently sitting at. I imagine your bikes are resting. The moment that Clay dives in, because you just can't keep the boy from it, Thor immediately also dives into the water.
So wait, we're across.
You're across the pool.
Oh, so we were just yelling the thing that we said.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would have heard the Jeep burn out and leave as well. There's probably a little bit of an echo as well as you yelled it out.
Sure. All right. I'll just wait for you to make it.
Yep, I'm just going to swim across.
You swim across to the other edge of the bank.
When Thor gets to me, I'm just going to rub his head and keep swimming.
He's just swimming circles around you as you make your way closer and closer to the embankment.
No, I'm just laughing as he's doing that. I'm in a great mood right now.
You gotta win in your 15-year-old life.
It's a big win for a 15-year-old.
Against what some people perceive as the heroes, but you guys know to be the bullies of the town. As you make your way to the other edge of the embankment, the mood slowly dropping. The scary hill, Leo, now behind you. The cool water in front of you. Surrounded by your friends, including one dog. What are you guys doing? Are you spending a time here? Are you immediately hopping into whatever investigation you would like to hop into? Are you waiting to see if other locals, kids, teens, might make their way to the gorge on this Friday evening? What are you doing?
I'll probably look to Leo and maybe Clay too. Be like, if y'all don't mind, if I get a little bit of laps in first before we discover a dead body and I go, I don't want to be in that water.
I'm gonna hear this. I'm gonna pick Rusty up and I'm gonna throw him into the pool.
As you're doing it, let me take my shoes off.
I pause for a second so he can kick his shoes off.
I would have liked other stuff off, but that's fine.
And I'm just gonna chuck him as hard as I can into the pool.
Leo, your mind is probably in this moment laughing at your dumbass friends, far away from any detective things that you might be worrying about. The stakes of your detective work have been relatively low in your life thus far.
Yeah.
As you see your friends just enjoying themselves, as you eventually all enjoy what the gorge has to offer. Cool water, good times, laughter amongst the three of you that echo throughout the gorge itself. Maybe, if you're feeling brave enough, to climb to the top of the waterfall. Do a high dive. Or just a jump. Or a cannonball or whatever sparks your fancy. It's a little scary up there, but it's not crazy. Some of you may have done it before.
I climb up there. I'm feeling invincible right now.
Feeling invincible? Sure.
I'm 15. I just want to fight. I'm feeling like I could take on the world.
That's super.
Are you going to then?
Yeah, I mean, there's a part of my brain where like we're here to do a thing, but also I wanted to have fun. So in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just 5 more minutes of playing, 5 more minutes of, in the pool. All right, but I'm seeing Clay like he's trying to do all the stunts, he's trying to do all the things. I'm just going with it.
Sure.
Still in the back of my head, I'm like, we should really get to finding the body.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just lost in the moment, lost in with the dog, lost with Clay,
Sure.
lost with Leo, just fucking swimming around, jumping off of shit.
Mm-hmm. Making your way across the pool, back to that trail, to the trail that would eventually lead to a little bit of a hairy, but nothing crazy. You've done it a million times. Climb up to the top of the waterfall. Barking all along the way will be Thor as he follows you up to the top of the waterfall. Leo, do you follow or do you wait for them at the bottom?
I wait for them at the bottom.
Waiting for them at the bottom. Still, even for you, no matter how uneasy, no matter how many times this has happened, it's uneasy to see your friends at the top of the waterfall. It's a deep pool, but there are rocks within the pool. There's also a bit of a jump that you have to do. And if you don't jump far enough, there are things to hit on your way down. You've been to the top of that waterfall. You've felt the fear, maybe the thrill of the jump. Have you ever jumped?
No.
But you know what it's like up there. As you see your friends emerge, including Thor, at the top of the waterfall, readying themselves to leap in, you feeling that nerve of your friends doing this again. As you both, no matter how many times you've done it, standing up here, it always feels higher than you remember it. Give me a grit check, all three of you.
Grit is not the thing I'm very good at.
This is going to be DC 4.
Give me
8.
a 7 for me.
The absolute maximum I could do. 4. I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
So this game has exploding dice. You rolled a 4, you can roll again.
Oh.
Wait, that's a thing?
It is.
5.
It is typically, though I would find it hard as a GM to always find this, considered a lucky break, and something makes it lucky. And I think I know what potentially could, as your brother in front of you, who would normally wait for you, and you might even usually talk about it before you jump. Not this time.
Yeah, he's
Clay
all...
feels on top of the world. The moment you
I'm lost in his courage.
The moment you climb over, you see, without even waiting for you, an immediate leap off of the rocks. What kind of jump are you doing?
I'm gonna look back at Rusty, give him a little salute, and then I'm gonna back dive and cannonball.
The confidence of your brother giving you the confidence to do something that sometimes you're able to push yourself to, sometimes you're not, immediately overwhelms you as, with no hesitation, you run to the edge and you leap after him. What kind of leap are you doing?
Probably as a little brother in a moment that he did it, trying to mimic his initial movements. And then I would think about halfway down, or even maybe a quarter of the way through it, realizing what I have just done to myself. And so kind of like halfway down to the three quarters down is a little bit of like panic, flailing and moving. So I'm just starting to kick around as still not like head first, but definitely not graceful. There's this almost looks great, and then just panic as I hit the water hard.
Leo, as you watch your friends with the utmost confidence running through them, that confidence fills you as well as you watch your friends leap. One of them leaping with an extraordinary level of confidence out with a backwards dive and a salute from the top as he jumps off of the edge. The other one with a similar level of confidence that wanes pretty immediately once in the air as you see them both smash on the rocks and no.
Well, there's the dead bodies.
As you see them leap off, both of them clearing it, and as typical, Thor barks at them one loud, booming bark before running back down along the trail. 1 second, sorry. As you see Thor disappear, running back down the trail, but re-emerging only about 5 feet up above the pool from the rock that Thor is comfortable jumping from as he leaps into the water after them as well. And you continue on like this. Swimming, cooling down, relaxing, enjoying yourselves. Before you eventually would find yourselves back on the embankment, all of you out of breath, though refreshed and cool, as the sun is beginning to set.
I want to try to caught it a little earlier than that, but getting lost in the moment. No, I got lost in the moment. I look up at the sun, realizing the time, and go, finding that body's going to be a little harder.
It's not set yet.
Yeah. Leo, why'd you let us play so long?
Yeah, geez, Leo. You're the smart one.
Well, you say you want to find a body. I figure if you guys jump, I might find one.
I just kind of shake my head.
I'm just standing there trying to wring out my clothes as much as I can. Probably even taking my pants off and wringing them out, and shirt off, wringing it out.
Yeah, same.
Thor is just full side flopped dead on the embankment, just panting. He doesn't give a shit about being wet.
But yeah. I was like, all right, Leo, where do we look? Where would you think a body would be in this gorge?
In the gorge? I don't know. I didn't put it there.
I mean, I didn't say you put it there. I'm just saying, if you were to put a body here, where would you put it?
What's the gorge like? Is it just what is a gorge like anyways? Like a big rocky area, or is it like?
So it's it's like almost like a big outcropping. So there was that hill that led down to it, but most of what you're looking at is like cliff face, where there's a waterfall that leads into a large pool beneath. There is also, as previously stated, a stream, though much thinner, that looks like it wraps around the mountain or the hill that leads into that same pool. Now, in this immediate area, I would assume that you would also assume that there's not just been a body laying on the embankment. But remember, you also heard this through rumor, through a friend, through a Marcy, through a Miles. All of this is secondhand, so where this might be, you're not quite sure. It's not in the immediate sight of this gorge. It's not on the edges of the pool. Clay might be old enough to know that bodies float, so it's not in the pool.
Does the pool lead anywhere?
No, the pool is led into by that water. I suppose it would stream off as well. But there's a waterfall that comes into the pool over the cliffside, and then there's a stream that leads into the pool.
Well, I mean, if we don't see it around here. I figure it might be up and around the trails.
Worth a shot.
Maybe up near the trees.
Let's give it a go.
Sure. As you set off to do some investigating. As you set off to do some investigating, you climb back up the trails and see if there's anything that you can see. And at first, a little disappointed. You don't immediately see a body the way it was described in the story from the Kelson twins. There's not just like oh, there it is.
There's the corpse.
There's a dead corpse. You don't immediately see that, as you thought you might. Give me a brains check. I will also remind you, as we are newer to the game, as we are going into investigation,
10.
that you have a friend in the dog form that has a specific attribute that I believe Leo holds that might help you.
Yes.
6. That's my max.
Goofball.
He dives back into the water.
He brings back an arm.
What a silly guy.
He's such a silly boy.
Helps Leo investigate
Sure.
when his keen senses aid in Leo's detective work.
So, for... it's up to you how many dice you want to roll. For this aid, as he begins to sniff around to help you investigate, this is going to be for him, I'm going to say an 8.
So,
For you, it was a 12 for the
Mhm.
record. For him, it's going to be an 8. He can roll as many dice as you would like to pull from.
so he only rolls those dice?
Yes. He has 4 power dice that he can roll to accomplish this. You could burn them all if you wanted to.
I'll do 3.
This is for him to find something.
Oh, yeah. He finds it.
As you are investigating, and Leo, as he is helping you, you will be the one to notice that he does appear to be picking up on something, a scent. As he starts to smell in a direction, it is a branch off of the trails, not the one that leads back to Clay's bike, not the one that leads up to the cliff, but one that leads away from the gorge, deeper into the woods. I assume you would follow.
Mhm.
Okay. As you follow, you would see him branch off of the trail a little bit. As he would begin sniffing along, as you would come up, you would find something. You see a little bit of blood. The blood appears to be leading back towards the trails that lead away from the gorge. You do not find a body. Simply blood.
And it leads to where again?
Away from the gorge.
Okay. I'll call the other 2 over.
Sure.
Come over, take a look.
What's up, Leo?
Found blood. I think.
Is it a lot of blood?
Yeah, there appears to be a decent splattering of blood. As you are looking at this, it does start to dawn on you, moving away from all of the gorgeous, young, youthful feelings that you had previously had, the reality, there's a body out here. Somewhere. You found the blood. There's at least some validity to this. You guys have never seen a dead body before. Maybe if there was an open casket of your father, but that's the closest that you had come. All of the joy from the day feels like it kind of gets ripped out of you as the situation becomes a little bit more serious.
In the moments before and running up the trail and playing in the gorge and thinking about this event, playing almost like a TV show or a movie.
Yeah.
As I do confront and see this blood, the amount of blood, there is a cold shiver that runs down my spine.
Maybe this isn't such a great idea, guys.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't my idea.
You do see that the blood does trail a bit, as well as with your brains check. It appears like it was dragged. And it looks like it was dragged off in the distance away from the gorge along that trail still. Would you follow it?
The trail's clear, correct?
The direction is, yeah.
Well, it's over there. We'll still want to go look for it.
Question, if I pick up a big stick, can I use it as a weapon and does it add anything?
Sure. How about +1 to your fight?
Yeah, I'm going to look for a big stick. Something that I can swing just in case.
Yeah. You find one. It's of a similar size, shape, and weight as a baseball bat. It aid you.
There's no blood on the stick, right?
There is no blood on the stick, no. It takes you a
I'm
moment.
not going
to
down
find
for a murder.
Pick up a femur.
It's just a leg.
You might note that the blood that you found, as described, but just to emphasize it, did appear to be a splatter.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing, guys? We can call it here. There's probably a body around here somewhere. This is a good indicator as any. We can just go about our day and go swimming and go hang out, or we can go see where this goes.
Probably as you're talking, a little lost in the moment of what's happening, I think Dustin is already kind of slowly walking to follow the trail. Probably a little absent-mindedly. Like, doesn't necessarily have a direction or listening to much. Just kind of like almost consumed by how almost big and unreal the moment feels.
I'm going to follow him.
Leo's probably doing the same thing, but less absent-mindedly.
Okay.
Because this is a lot bigger than an apple pie.
It's a lot bigger than an apple pie.
Finally, a real case.
You go to travel along this road. As you do, you get the weird sensation, and it might just be the severity of what's going on. You feel like you're being watched, like the woods are watching you. It feels uneasy. Eventually, you will arrive at a fork in the trail. There's no clear indicator whether you should go left or go right.
Well, fork me.
Hey, I'm gonna bounce out. I'm gonna call it. Like, I'm done with.
Good game, yeah.
I'm done with System Exploration.
It had to be said.
If there isn't like a clear indication of where the blood might be. Like heading.
No.
No.
Not in this moment.
Does the blood trail end at the fork?
The blood trail had ended relatively early. The blood trail and drag marks indicated the direction to follow the trail, but you don't see any of those in this moment. It's kind of a blind decision to go left or to go right.
I mean, I think Dustin is so lost in his own curiosity. I probably would even walk up to the center of the fork and just kind of like slowly kind of looking in both directions, not knowing where to go.
Sure.
But just kind of like almost lost in the moment of what's happening.
Okay.
Is there any way that we can investigate and see if there's anything that might tell us which way to go?
Yeah. Give me a brains check.
All of us?
Yeah, just He asked.
It's a 5.
Okay. I would say you can see along the right trail off in the distance through the woods, peeking through, pretty far away, a cabin through the right trail. The left trail just seems to wind back through the woods.
Guys, there's a cabin down that way.
What does the cabin look like?
From here,
Mm-hmm.
I would say you would have the preconceived knowledge that there didn't used to be, not that you would commonly go on these trails, but there didn't used to be one there. You imagine it to be relatively new, this cabin. But otherwise, you're only seeing glimpses of it from the fork in the trail.
Well, I mean, someone's gonna drag a body somewhere.
Yeah.
You follow the right trail. Walking along. As you continue to walk, off to the side, going off of your earlier brains check, Leo, you will notice something just off to the side of the trail, and maybe in a little bit of brush. As you find what appears to be a badge of some kind.
Go and pick it up.
As you go and pick it up, there's not much on this badge other than the photo of a middle-aged man, graying hair. Underneath, it says Dr. Dennis Harper on the badge. On the badge, in the photo, he does appear to be wearing some type of white coat.
Nothing else. It's like a laminate.
Yeah, like a laminate badge. One moment. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any indication of a company or anything on it. Just the name of the person appears to be to identify this person. But otherwise, it strangely doesn't have anything else on it. Nothing indicating to you where this person works. And in the small town that you're from, at least, you don't know of any, like, labs or anything. There's a hospital, but this doesn't look like a doctor. Looks more like a scientist to you.
Is there any blood on it?
Yes. So there's a small splatter of blood on it.
Imagine I have a backpack, right?
Yeah.
Put it in my backpack. Just.
Okay. You place it into your backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Do you show your friends?
No. What was the guy's name?
Dr. Dennis Harper.
So we don't know you found this.
Approaching a scary cabin. We can't be talking.
Is your intention to continue forward towards the cabin?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sticking with him.
Okay. Give me a grit check, all of you, as you begin to approach this cabin. This is going to be, I'm going to say DC 10.
2.
1.
I exploded again to 5, but
You can all take a point, adversity token. As you walk towards this cabin along this trail, as almost if a snap, prefaced only by a moment of like a warbling sound and a warbling feeling, and you feel almost like you're being sucked at 100 miles per hour somewhere else, as the trail that you are looking at appears to, in a moment, shift, and you are no longer looking down this trail, but instead you are looking, and no longer looking at a cabin. Instead, you are on a different trail now. And immediately, you got a 2? And you got a
1.
A 1. Immediately, Clay vomits. The other 2 of you are going to notice that you are looking on this trail back towards the fork in the road. And you are going to hear the sound of what sounds like, off to your right, a body falling. This is fucking crazy. You've never experienced anything like this. You know you were on this trail. You know you were walking towards this cabin. Something changed. And you are no longer on that trail. You're no longer walking towards the cabin. Something has happened to you. All of you have that sick feeling in your stomach. And Clay is currently projectile vomiting onto the trail.
And the body that fell is a different sound?
Is a different sound that happened when you appeared off past some trees to your right, just off of the trail. You hear something that sounds like it collapsed.
Is Thor still with us?
Yeah, that's why I was going to look for Thor.
Thor is with you. Thor is whimpering. But he's right there with you. He was following along right there with you guys. He is whimpering, and he is also looking in the direction of what that sound, that collapse. But he looks very uneasy too.
I'm gonna wipe my mouth. It tastes like apples.
Can I make out anything through the trees?
Do you approach it all?
Just from where I'm standing?
From where you're standing, no. Something has collapsed behind the trees.
I'm a 12-year-old kid with low grit.
Yeah. Who just, I mean, as far as you can tell, maybe teleported? This is the weirdest thing that's ever fucking happened to any of you. You kind of don't even believe it. You almost feel like you're intoxicated if any of you have ever tried.
If I look behind me, is the cabin still there?
You're on the other trail. You're on that left trail.
Oh, we went down the left trail.
So you had originally gone down that right trail to find the cabin, and now unexplainedly
we're down the left.
You are now
yeah.
inexplicably you are now on that left trail, facing back towards that fork.
Could it, like, past the fork? Could I see the cabin, or it would be down the? So like if we went up,
maybe
the right
through the woods, perhaps. Yeah,
is the cabin.
Off in the distance, you could still see the cabin, or just edges of it. It's still there, but it's not on the trail you're currently on. You're on a different one.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Yeah.
You are, for all intents and purposes, on maybe a few hundred feet away from where you thought you were.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a bad idea, guys.
As Clay catches his breath after vomiting.
Something's over there.
Yeah, and it can stay over there.
I'm gonna poke my head towards the trees.
As you poke your head over towards the trees, you see what is a very old pair of white Nikes that look very dirty, very worn, attached to very small legs of, from this little bit, that's all you can see is that lower half, a collapsed kid. They're not dead. In fact, you see a little bit of movement in the legs.
Phyllis, something's here.
I'm gonna walk over, and I'm gonna use my no-look pass with Leo. I'm gonna hand him my stick.
What message are you sending to him?
Hold my stick. I'm gonna look at this.
Okay.
Take the stick.
You take the
And
stick with all of your, what is your fight?
D4.
Your D4 plus one
plus one.
currently. As you take this stick and probably hug it closer to you. I imagine you're very nervous in this moment.
I'm gonna kneel down and, see if this person's alive.
Sure. As you actually approach and kneel down, you're going to see what is a kid with short blonde hair in what looks like, I want to say like Old Navy, whatever could be very generic clothing. as he's going to shuffle back in place and look at you as if he is scared of you.
Do I recognize this kid at all?
You've never seen this kid before.
What's your name?
Noah?
No, how'd you get here?
I ran.
We're not gonna hurt you. You don't gotta be afraid. Where'd you run from?
He looks exhausted. Also, you will notice there's blood coming out of his nose. I don't know. They took me somewhere and I got out. And I ran. For so long.
Do I have a water bottle or anything in my backpack?
Do you?
I mean, I think I would.
Sure.
I work on the farm all the time. I
Sure.
gotta have water with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out the water bottle, unscrew the cap, and hand it to Noah.
And he's going to take it desperately. And he's going to start drinking it. He looks about a year younger than your brother. So maybe 11. In this moment, give me a brains check, all of you. This is going to be like a history check.
$16.
Fucking hell.
1.
A while back, maybe a year prior, you would recall news that had spread through town of kids that had gone missing in Galveston. And that kind of rings to you in this moment. As you and Clay are looking at this kid and you don't recognize him. He's not from your town. Especially a year younger than you. You would have seen him at school.
Are you from Galveston?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. And I'll look to these two fellas. I heard that the HOA lady from my neighborhood talked to some fella talking about Galveston. I ain't never seen him before. He looked like a surfer from California. He had
The moment
cargo
you
pants
say
and-
that, the kid's going to get super nervous and scoot back a little bit. Is he
Yeah.
here?
and a button-up shirt
He's not with us.
and sunglasses.
I saw him. Here.
You seen him?
He shot that man.
What man?
The one in the coat.
You guys
I'll-
know what he's talking about?
I'll reach into my backpack and take out the laminate. And this guy?
He'll nod profusely.
I'll be very confused as to where that laminate came from.
I wasn't gonna talk about it when we're approaching the cabin, but I found it back there.
Well, if Leo did it, he's got to have a good reason.
There are more men in coats in the cabin. Or there were. They would have found you if you went.
What do you mean if we went?
If you went to the cabin, they would have found you.
Noah, did you have something to do with us getting, I don't know, moved?
He'll look nervous to answer. Like he doesn't want to answer. Like he'd be in trouble if he answered.
Has that happened to you, Noah? Have you ever moved and not realized how you moved?
He'll shake his head.
Have you seen other people happen to other people?
He looks like he doesn't want to answer. Again, it's that little kid, like he's going to get in trouble if he says yes.
Noah, are you protecting us?
He'll nod his head yes.
Kind of look at the other two. Maybe we should get him out of here.
I agree.
Mom,
we should
Mom might
leave
know
him
what
here.
to do.
Just joking. Sorry, what was that last time you said?
Mom might know what to do. She should be home.
Maybe.
What do you think, Leo?
Is that guy looking for you?
He's going to nod his head yes.
Is he a bad guy?
He's going to nod his head yes, but he doesn't look sure.
Well, I suppose your guys' house is sort of out of the ways of town.
It's also somewhat near the gorge.
I don't think it'd be good to bring him into town.
Yeah, there's a path we could take. I mean, it's not a path, but there's a route we could take to get back to the orchard. We get to the house from there.
Is that what you guys are doing?
Yeah, I think that's the best move.
You feel safe? Feel okay move with us, Noah?
He's gonna look at... I want you to give me a charm check.
As I'm gonna roll, like Thor can walk with you. He's big and strong.
Goofball.
What do I have to be?
Are you calling goofball?
Yes.
I love it. You want to spunk that last D6? What was
Oh,
What's a 6?
does Thor's dice explode?
Yes, all
Yeah.
dice explode at the top.
11.
11. I think this is going to back your thing up as well.
My charm roll was 11.
Your charm will... Oh, fucking hell. Yeah.
Does that make it a 22?
I think they're different contests, but I'm not sure.
Technically, yes, but it did help yours. As you are going to get the first attribute of Noah, as Noah is going to begin to trust Dustin. That is your attribute from Noah. As he nods his head yes, and he allows you to help him up. He can get on his feet. He looks tired as he kind of wipes that blood off from his nose.
As I can see his tiredness, I'm gonna kind of show him, kind of help prop his arm to kind of over Thor, and kind of like lean on him. You can lean on him.
As Thor, being the goofball he is just smiling and licking him. It looks like it is also relieving this kid's mood a little bit, as he looks like a kid. He seems to enjoy the moment of the dog, and he does lean on the dog. Begins to follow you guys out of the trail.
I think as we're walking too, I will reach to my bag and I will get a delicacy that I often don't show being eaten in front of my brother because he probably wouldn't like it. But I do reach out and get an apple and I give it to Noah.
Not the good apples!
It is one of the good apples too.
Dang it, Rusty. I told you not to go picking the apples yet.
It looked good.
That is
They always
interesting.
look good. That's the problem.
He is going to take the apple and eat it. And you're going to see a pretty significant level of relief and also energy kind of come back to him as he's able to stand up a little bit straighter after eating the apple.
It ages a year and the apple vaporizes in his mouth and he begins to grow angel wings. I was just giving you a heads up of where we're at. Right now we're
As you begin to walk back along this trail, the nearest of which, so again, you guys have agency, would be to lead back up to that guardrail to...
Well, I got to go get my bike, so.
Is that the route you would all go?
Yeah, to initially get up, probably sending Clay up first to make sure there's not too many people around.
I'm going to get a no-look pass and just hold my hand out to Leo for my stick.
Toss him his stick.
And grab it and just walk ahead.
Give him his goddamn stick. As you climb up, there is no one along the trail.
I'm going to look around, like, make sure.
Sure.
All right, guys. Those assholes beat feet. We're good.
You're looking back to your friends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you go up, you see the
I go
trail's
up
clear.
I go up a little ahead of them.
The trail's
look
clear.
around, make sure that those guys actually left.
Give me a
Then
brains check.
double back.
I'm pretty sure perception would fall under brains. That's how I've been using it.
1.
Okay. You go up. The trail is clear. You go up, you can see your bike, you can see the guardrail. It's locked to it still with that broken wheel. As you look down the trail to where it would become a road, that is clear. As you, I imagine, call your friends up.
Yep.
You begin unlocking your bike. As you do, Noah is going to walk up to your bike and notice it broken. And he's going to ask hesitantly, what happened?
A little problem with the local bullies.
They broke your bike?
No, I was trying to get away from it and I broke my bike trying to get away.
How?
I slid into that guardrail. You can see right there where I hit it.
He's going to look at that guardrail. He's going to look at the bike. He's going to close his eyes. He's going to take a deep breath. And he's going to exhale. And he's going to falter a little bit where he's standing. He's going to look at you. He's going to say, I changed it.
I look at him kind of curiously. What do you mean?
And he's just going to look at your bike wheel.
I look down at my bike wheel.
It's fixed, as if it had never ran into the rail.
Noah, did you do that?
He'll nod yes.
Look at these guys. All right, that's pretty cool.
He looks tired again, though.
Yeah.
And he has eaten the apple that you had.
Yeah. Outside of character, outside of game. Noah, do you want a phone home?
He didn't fix the bike.
No,
what he
sure.
said was he changed it.
Yeah. That was his words.
As you think about that, you hear a sound down at the banks. Down by your bikes. And as you look over the edge...
Oh. We weren't explicit about bringing up our bikes, but...
You weren't.
Yeah.
Down the banks where your bikes had been laid down, you will see a strange man standing there with his cargo pants, his button-up shirt. His sunglasses are currently on top of his head with his kind of mostly still black, but salt and pepper hair. As he is kind of squatting down with his hands on his arms on his knees, looking around. This is the strange man from the morning that you had seen talking to the HOA president.
So just as a point of argument for currently what's happening.
Sure.
The reason why we came, I get it. We didn't say it. It wasn't explicitly stated. The reason why we were coming, part of the reason why we chose this trail up here is to get his bike.
Yes.
So we're very aware that we wanted our bikes to get home.
Yes, but your bike, that would have been a swim for you. You could have, but you would have to have swam across the pool to go get your bikes. Because that's where you had left your bikes, was across the pool. His bike was along that trail.
I was under the impression that there was a way to get around the gorge. Like an edge.
No, it's pool up against cliff.
Okay.
So the trail you would traditionally come down would be to go up to the guardrail, over the guardrail, down the nice trail, but there were bullies in the way, so instead you took the steep hill.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just was unaware of the positioning of things.
Classic geography problems in
Okay, yeah. Then it is what it is.
TTRPGs. Not necessarily addressing your bike, but you see that stranger.
Look,
next to your bikes.
Guys, it's him.
And you will see Noah kind of close in on himself a little bit, looking nervous. That's the man that he had expressed. Killed the man in the badge that Leo had picked up.
All right, well, let's Let's get Noah home first.
Absolutely. I'm going to reach into my backpack and pull out a hoodie.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking, like, what would I have if I was working on the farm? Water, definitely.
E.T..
Sweater. I'm not trying to go for ET vibes, but yeah.
Put them in your basket.
Can I reach in my bag and grab like the Groucho Marx nose with the mustache and the glasses? Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, that absolutely seems like something your character would have on you.
So your plan is to leave without your bikes?
For now, yeah. I mean,
do we see any cars around?
No.
The only way I could see us getting them is we're not going to swim them across the lake. We'd
It'd be back up that steep hill.
Yeah, we'd have to go down the hill and then bring the bikes up.
Yeah.
We could save that for another day, hoping that they'll be there tomorrow.
Sure.
It is the weekend. Just try to come back early, because if that guy's there and he's standing around, I'm not.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you leave your bikes there, he might get suspicious.
Maybe, but I don't know what. Do you want to go there now, or do you want to go later? You want to go drop Noah off, and then me and you come back and.
Yeah, maybe that's the move. Leave Noah with Leo at our house, and then come back and get
Leo. He stays with Leo and Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So trying to keep away from the edge, I imagine, walking along the trail. Would you take the trail and road back?
No, I think there
are woods. You could dip into the woods.
Yeah, I would assume there's probably a way that we could, if we wanted to,
woods.
kind of woods it into the back of like the apple orchard, and then through the apple orchard we can make it to the house.
Okay. As you move past this little, maybe 100-foot stretch of road where there would be the beginnings of that steep hill, instead you branch off into the woods. You are walking for maybe 15 minutes through the woods, where coming from the gorge, moving along the road, as it passes you, you hear the sound of a motorcycle. As it flies down the road.
Is that guy on the motorcycle?
Give me a brains check. You went into the woods. I don't know how close to the road you would have been. I imagine you want to be unseen from
just seeing if I hear the motorcycle.
Maybe I'm going to call it a hard check because you want to be unseen, so maybe you could see it. I'm going to call it DC 10. Pretty hard check.
It's a point of argument.
Okay.
Is seeing this guy through the woods technically protecting Noah? I got a 1.
You hear him zip by, but you don't know if it's him. As it flies by, you're about 15-20 minutes away from the gorge, as you've been huffing it on foot. Is your plan to continue back to the farmhouse, or is it to go back to get your bikes?
It's dropping off Noah first.
Dropping off Noah first. Okay. As you, now with this kid in tow, who changed things, and he's being chased by a stranger who showed up in town, and you walk back to the farmhouse to possibly, though I'll let you guys talk about it more now that you're on your way, talk to your mom and see if she knows what to do. As you walk through the woods, that is where we will put a pin in it for this week.
I got a question for like just my character in general.
Uh-huh.
Like, have stranger things happened to him before?
Yeah, I was also not surprised that this kid's age is 11.
Only because of mechanics in the game, I wanted these two to be kids, and then I wanted this one to be a year younger. But yes,
You're
not wrong.
I actually haven't watched the series, so I don't know. I just made a guess. I thought it was funny.
It's a pretty good guess.
Anyways.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to System Exploration Kids on Bikes for our session 1 of Kids on Bikes, title later to be announced, as we explore the mystery that is unfolding for Dustin, Leo, and Clay. I did very much enjoy your heroic moment.
It was good.
Oh, I absolutely love that, but I was also scared shitless. Not gonna lie.
Pretty bad.
Oh, it could have. I rolled that 9. I have a +1 to fight to begin with, and then with that +3 for that protection, I was like, oh, I was nervous. I was so nervous going into that. I haven't felt that nervous in a while.
I do like the simplicity when rolling. I don't want to go too deep into this because we will have a cooldown after the whole campaign, but I do like the simplicity when rolling for adversaries of like, it's just a die. Maybe it's a big die. I rolled a 20 against you.
Yeah.
Could have gotten a 19. That would have been fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got like an 8. And like, it's just so luck of the die if the adversaries are going to do good or not.
Yeah, it's also like you're in this contest, you also had a D20, right?
No, I had a D10.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
These kids are
I
bigger than
almost
him.
exploded.
Kids are bigger than
Oh,
them.
nice.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and we will catch you.
Sorry.
Yes?
Retrospect. This doesn't really matter. That charm was actually supposed to be a 15. Because
Okay.
the D10 exploded. It was a 10.
Oh, yeah. Should have been a 15. Oh, also, you would have an adversary, adversity token from rolling your 1 on perception when you went up to check and make sure everything's cool.
Oh, yeah.
What about the failed grit too?
I gave that to all of you.
Yeah, we all got that one.
Oh.
If you didn't mark it, but I gave it to all of you. When you threw up?
Yeah.
Yeah. When Noah changed things?
So we get an adversity on every failed
fail.
roll. Does it work for contested ones as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm rolling in adversity right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to roll a 1 on something and be like, "No."
It's a 7.
All right. For the third time trying to wrap us up. Thank you for listening, and you can catch us next time while we explore Kids on Bikes. Links in the description for everything. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.